Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning into your reading. So this is going to be a general reading for the collective, for the community. So take what resonates and forget what doesn't. If you're here, there's likely a message or messages here for you. And we're going to get started by pulling a couple of cards. I think I'm going to use the tarot deck and pull a couple of cards to represent the viewer, and then we will represent your person as well as your situation, where it's going, likely outcome, and whatever else wants to come out. I was drawn to pull messages too, so we'll probably pull some messages. So let's go ahead and get into that. Think about your person and or your situation. This is a love reading, as most of my readings are on this channel. I'd like to welcome anybody who is new to the channel. I appreciate you tuning in. Please consider subscribing and liking the video, as it does support the video and help it to reach more people and the people who could benefit from it. And thank you to my regular subscribers. You guys know that you are the real MVPs. You are the ones who keep the channel going. Those of you who have ordered private readings from me, I appreciate you. My patrons, I appreciate you. Anyone who has ordered extendeds. I haven't done extendeds in a while, and I was talking about doing a tarot of sexual magic. What would they do if they got you alone extended? And I will, but it's not ready yet. Like, we're not doing that today, okay? But just be on the lookout for that, and let's get started with this reading. So I know we've got a lot of different people watching, and don't mind the teddy bears because that's just the way the camera lined up, and I thought it'd be cute just to leave it that way instead of try to fix it and get them out of the screen. So anyway, for everyone who is watching, what do they need to hear? What messages are for them today? So who's watching? By the way, all the tarot decks, well, most of the tarot decks are for sale down below. And also check out my Etsy shop. I have a new Etsy general store that has different things. Some things to do with the celestial, like astrology, shirts, sweatshirts, the upcoming total solar eclipse in April. We've got some items related to that as well. So just general store, bachelorette tees, some really cute stuff. Go ahead and check that out. The link for that is down below. But this deck, you would need to order directly from me if you're interested. And some of the other decks I use on the channel will be linked down below too. So I'm going to find out who I'm talking to today. Okay, let's just get into it. I feel like people are having a hard time lately. I can sense that energy. I thought about doing a reading to tune into what your psychic or intuitive gifts are. Have patience, I'm getting to the reading, but yeah, that needed to come through for somebody, and I may be doing that. But I do feel like a heavy energy, and I think for a lot of people it's because we're experiencing an Arctic blast. I know that's what I'm experiencing right now where I'm at, and thankfully I'm indoors, I'm cozy, I'm set, but not everybody has that luxury, or it's just a pain to be inside and have cabin fever and feel restricted. So just know that I am bearing with you guys. So others of you are just struggling with work relationships, personal relationships, experiencing painful endings, taking on more than your responsibility. I had a private client call me on Keen. By the way, the link for Keen is down below. It is $1 for 5 minutes. So if you're a new customer, check that link out. 24/7 advisors for you. But yeah, I did talk to someone, and she was asking a work question, and she got the 10 of Wands, and it's okay to talk about her. I doubt she is a viewer of this channel, but anyway. And it was because she was taking on more than what she needed to. And initially what she said was that, more or less that wasn't true, that, that she's not taking on more than what she should. And I'm like, well, I'm standing by it because that's what's coming out. And it's pretty obvious and clear that that's the message for you. So do with it what you will. 5 minutes into the reading, then she's like, well, we've just been acquired by another company, new management, and I'm trying to prove something to them that, they're not going to get me down, and I'm going to still rise to the occasion and do everything. I'm like, exactly, 10 of Wands. So it just takes a little while for people to get a message sometimes. Sometimes things don't make sense until later. So I guess that needs to be said. So keep that in mind, okay? Also, guys, It is a lot less expensive to order directly from me through my email. That information is down below the video in the description box. Just letting you know that, than it is to call me on Keen, although I welcome you on either platform, whatever works for you and is convenient, okay? I was just noticing that, putting up my description box on my last video, my pick a card that I did and uploaded a few days ago. A few days ago. But anyways, and how much of a deal you guys get just for being my subscribers, just for finding me through my YouTube channel. So I want to know who I'm talking to, Spirit. Show me who is watching and the one that this reading is going to be for. I think I'm going to pull a couple of cards, so it could be maybe tapping into a couple of different collective energies, a couple of different types of people, or, you know, both cards can be about the same group. So okay, we've got the Fool, strong Aquarius energy. Yes, definitely got some Aquarius people watching with the star at the bottom of the deck. Also, somebody with 8 in their numerology is likely as well, or born on the 17th of a month, or something to do with the number 17. My Aquariuses are interesting. Only in that, you know, you guys sometimes like to play devil advocate in a way that, I know that's your learning style a lot of times, to be like a little bit devil advocate-y. But that's not always my cup of tea. Depends on my mood. I got a Sagittarius that did that to me on my line as well this past week. And I'm just like, I am too old and been doing this too long to tolerate. Like, I'm just not in the mood today to feel what I know that you're doing, that you need to do for you to understand or feel better, but I'm just not the one today. So it'll be interesting what comes out for you guys. What do you want with me? What is your energy coming through in my reading for you guys? Let's see. Let's see what's going on in your lives. Let's see what the story is. Let's get another card representing either a different subsect of the viewership, or just, you know, more about the person, the Fool. Who else is coming through, watching the reading today, needing these messages? We've got the Page of Swords, so very strong air sign energy. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. It's also some earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but even if you don't have those energies strong in your chart, nor does your person, this reading is obviously still going to have a message for you because you're here. So in terms of, it just looks like people not having any worries, but kind of wanting to see what the tea is. Like, what is this reading about? Or what is the message coming through for me today, kind of thing. Also a little bit looking for a fight. Wanting to, like I said, play devil's advocate a little bit, maybe a bit of skepticism, yada, yada, yada. My regular clients typically don't have that attitude because they know better. They've been watching me. I've been on here for years, and they understand how this works. Either it resonates or it doesn't. And usually if they're a returning subscriber, then it does, you know, resonate for them and they're finding value in the reading. Newbies will, and this is newbie energy, so you could be younger, young at heart, dealing with someone like this. You could have a child as well. For some reason it's coming through, but this is this kind of youthful, I'm not sure, sort of, or I'm kind of carefree, but I'm kind of looking to see out of curiosity, or I just want to spy on my person or the situation kind of vibe. So it's going through with that. So let's see what else we can get in terms of like the relationship that you're here for. Okay. And again, this can be talking about your person of interest. Like, I think I said that. So I'm hearing situationship. Some of you are in a situationship. You've experienced clarity. Some of you have been broken up with, or there's been an ending, but you're still like really in love with this person, still looking at them, wanting them, interested in them, even if there hasn't been a painful ending. But I did say that at the beginning before pulling cards, that somebody is experiencing a tough ending of some kind, or yeah, basically, if not most of you, that's what's coming through. I'm really loving sort of the open-minded curiosity that I'm starting to pick up on with the Fool and the Page of Swords here about what's going to come out. I just want to try to flip out. We got Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's some excitement picking up regarding love, new love, the possibility that your soulmate, twin flame, or divine love can come out in this reading, or you can learn about that. Very strong Aquarius and Capricorn energy with that Knight of Swords. Could have a few more masculines than usual watching today. Normally I attract feminines, or it's the females or the feminines who are drawn more to the love reading. Tarot pick of cards on YouTube for the most part, from what I've seen, from what I've heard from other readers as well. But it looks like there's some more masculine energy coming through here too. There is sort of a childlike wonder here but there is that edge, because the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords both have kind of an edge to them. So there is something going on here, creating an edge. So what's the situation? Let's find out. What is this all about? A lot of youthful energy. Can pick up on that. It's kind of giving me life a little bit. So let me just rein it in so that I can channel. What is the situation for the viewer? Love-wise, what's going on with them in their love life? What's the situation between them and their person of interest? Them and their love life. Five of Swords, lots of air sign energy, lots of thought energy. Got the Five of Pentacles, some stress. There could be competition in love, third parties, or mind games, arguments. Somebody getting one over on somebody else. It's not a very nice energy, okay? So I don't know what the deal is, but that's what's coming through. You know, it's not a nice energy, with the Five of Swords basically being about a nasty little exchange, an argument, or at least like negative thoughts, or somebody trying to bully somebody else, or feeling like that's being done, wanting to just like get the edge. So I hope this is flip-flop or vice versa. I would dislike it if my viewers today were coming across in this energy of wanting to subdue someone in a way that really creates a lose-lose situation for everybody. But nobody's perfect. I guess maybe you're having a bad day. Like I said in the opening, sometimes when the weather is crappy, moods are crappy too. But somehow this is fitting into the equation. People are feeling argumentative, or in their ego, or angry, stressed, irritable. I'm hearing stress, but there's definitely tension in your love life. Something that's making other people feel uneasy. And if you haven't gotten into an argument or anything like that, your energy is saying otherwise. You better check your energy, because you are attracting an argument. You are attracting you know, a fight, or it would just be easy to get into an argument with someone around you, especially a love interest if you have one. Okay. And as I already said before, and won't keep repeating, it can be the other way around, depending on whose situation we're talking about. And we're reading for more than one person, obviously. So what does this person of interest feel towards the client? Like the love life. What is the energy from this side of the table to this side of the table? What does the love interest feel towards the client right now? What's going on? Why is it Five of Swords? What's the situation? For some of you, if you're here for an ex, this person is really embodying this Five of Swords energy a lot, feeling angry and irritable and stressed. But again, we're getting a lot of that here. On the one hand, you know, you're feeling open and curious about the reading, about this person, and on the other hand, you're kind of like ready for a fight, ready to go into battle, like rush in and not maybe think it through. And there could be like a percentage of the audience who is in the full energy, and then another percentage that is more in the Knight of Swords, and then more in another percentage more in the Page of Swords. But I feel like Knight and Page are closely related, and we definitely have strong air signs. I was going to say on the artboard, but in the mix here. So we'll see. What's the deal between them? How does their person of interest feel? The one they came to the reading for, how do they currently feel towards the viewer? We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Hanged One. So things might be stagnating in the relationship, or the Hanged One means psychic intuition and realization. Your person could be realizing that they need to do the right thing, that they're seeing the truth, that they need to be balanced in order to see the truth, because this is a disruptive kind of energy. I'm not even sure if it'd be worth uploading this reading. You know, we'll see what happens, just because I don't like to put unnecessary negativity out in the world. And this isn't the worst reading in the whole world, but I'm just saying it's definitely conflicted. And your person of interest is feeling that way. In fact, I'm hearing they're over it. They're feeling over it. They could be feeling like you're over it. Again, take it how it resonates, but this is, you know, my channel, and my regulars know I always tell the truth on my channel, whether people want to hear it or it's agreeable or not. But that's what we're getting. The Eight of Cups is about disillusionment and walking away from something. So if they haven't walked away, they feel like walking away. They feel like at the very least having a change in the connection, changing directions. It could be an abrupt change. Maybe you have changed abruptly. Knight of Swords runs in and runs out. Fools rush in. So maybe you rush in and rush out, maybe without fully thinking it through, maybe based on something that you heard, some gossip, or just not understanding the situation correctly or fully. But somebody walked away, and there's sadness from this person of interest here related to that. The thought of walking away or having done it, actually done it, is bringing sadness. At the very least, this person is questioning the state of the relationship right now, which makes sense with the Five of Swords. Somebody could have been lied to, tricked, done dirty. There are all these things here that are strong possibilities for the collective today. So they were just wondering, you know, whether or not this is something that can make them truly happy in the long term, in the long run. And so if this is like an old flame or something, from like somebody from your past, so this is saying that this person has moved on, and it's time for you to do so as well, or at least that's how they feel. Like there's this realization that you're still connected psychically and emotionally, intuitively. I know I do have this client that comes to me on Keen a lot, and I will talk about her because I know she doesn't watch the channel, and she's anonymous. I'm not mentioning anybody's names, but this sort of feels like her energy for some of you. So some of you out there, not all of you, but some, need to hear this, because she needed to hear it for years, coming in about, in this case, it was a Pisces, which makes sense with the Hangman. Hangman's ruled by Uranus, or not Uranus, that's Aquarius, but ruled by Neptune, and Neptune rules Pisces. But she came for years, you know, asking about this guy who's married to somebody else. And finally, his higher self just came through, because I believe that she talks to a lot of different readers. It's not just me. And that's a problem. On my listing, it says I don't indulge codependency in readings. Like, come back to me when there's been a change in the connection. I'm not the reader that's just going to take your money while reading for the same situation every 2 days. You know, that doesn't serve you, and it sure doesn't serve me. It gets boring, and it's not helpful. But I do know that she, you know, she comes to me fairly regularly, despite that. And I know that she visits other readers who allow her to be codependent on them. So I feel like his energy just got fed up. So if you think that your soulmate can't feel you when you're overindulging in readings, whether it's watching, you know, pick a card after pick a card on YouTube, or buying reading after reading, or calling hotline after hotline, you know, they can eventually pick up on that. And in this case, the higher self of her love interest came through and basically said, you know, you can find belonging with people with whom you can be yourself. And you need to do the right and ethical traditional thing. And he's never really come across that way. Like, he's always kind of been like you would expect a Pisces to be, kind of like, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I will answer the questions correctly, but in a King of Cups kind of way, like a politically correct, careful kind of way. And he does care about her. And he does, in some way, shape or form, feel like there's a potential for reconciliation some years down the line, but he's not really concerned about it. And that's been pretty clear for a long time, but she keeps holding on. And yesterday he did just come through and say that, you know. And the thing that stands out, and why I'm reiterating this here now, is it applies, and it's because it's an arranged marriage type situation. They're an Indian, I was going to say a couple, but they're not a couple and haven't been for a long time. But in her culture, according to her, you know, he had to do the traditional thing, which was go with the woman that was arranged for him by his family. You know, that's not uncommon. That's the way they do things. And I feel like she is a non-traditional person, a professional, independent, but really into this guy and can't let him go. But she can't accept that he's gone into this arranged marriage. She still feels like, oh, he was forced into it, but we're the true love match. And I'm not going to argue that. But even his higher self was like, nah, I'm choosing this arrangement. So I feel like that's a hard lesson for somebody that needs to hear. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If this upsets you or confuses you, you know, well, first of all, if it's confusing you, it's probably not your reading. But if you know deep down that this is striking a chord and this is something that you need to hear, then work on accepting it. Or if you're in a delicate state, click off the reading, choose a different reading. There are playlists linked down below with lots of different readings with much happier outcomes or situations. But if you're being honest with yourself, and if it is truly resonating with you, then this is for somebody. Not all of you, but this person has walked away, and this is coming through to let you know that even if they're running from their feelings or not, if they're not there, they're not there. And you deserve better. You deserve somebody that's going to be there. Okay? They have a lot of things that they need to work on before reconciliation can be a viable option. And if you're here for someone that you're dating or just met, you know, it's a little bit of a different reading, and we'll see what else comes out. But I do feel like this person at the very least is trying to figure out where they fit into your life, and where and if you fit into their life, especially under the circumstances here. It's a very complicated situation coming through. I want to get a card to represent your person, because we got a few cards to represent you guys, the viewers. So I want to get a card to represent your person, see how they come across in general. And this can also give you some, like, help you to decide if this, you know, is truly your reading. But if you're still watching, this is more than likely your reading, or you're just watching it like a soap opera and want to see what happens. Hey, I do that too. It's fine. It's entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are messages, you know, for you at this point. So I do want to look into who's coming through, like your person of interest. For everyone who is watching, who is their person of interest? Let's look at that. I'm hearing not all readings can be happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. So yeah, I understand that. I'm empathizing with you guys, but yeah, it is true. They can't all be happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. So who is the person that the viewer is here for? And show me who they are. Five of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, and I did say Earth earlier. That's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, strong in their chart, or they have these traits. Five of Pentacles is about missing something. It's about being left out in the cold. So you could have walked away from this person with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords runs in and out. Fool's a bit careless, wants to have fun, or just is going with the flow, free-spirited. So maybe this person's feeling sad because you've wandered away from the connection. That's for another group of you watching. This person is feeling sad because you've wandered away from the connection. Others of you, either way, however you want to slice it, the Five of Pentacles is a card about emotional and most likely like material loss. Plus, it's just really cold outside. I said that before. A lot of people are experiencing that in my section of the world, my half of the world. And I think that that's the case for this person. Feeling, you know, cold emotionally and or physically. So let's get another card to represent this person. Getting that this person is struggling. They're in a lack mindset. And you could just be feeling left out in the cold by you, by the situation. We do have, you know, two fives. Fives is, you know, a number of stress, but growth comes from stress. However, the Five of Swords is like below the belt kind of behavior. And again, I have to say, like, karma will catch up with you if you guys know that you're doing anything below the belt or dirty to this person, or, you know, you might want to reflect on how you are participating in a situation where that's happening, whether you're the persecutor or not. Like, you're in it. So there's something here that you need to look at. Some of you just need to run away and keep running, because this is not a good energy. This person's energy is not happy. You are coming across happier, but maybe that's because you think you won something. But again, relationships shouldn't be about who wins and who loses. In a love relationship, shouldn't you both win? So that needs to be said. And if your person's making you feel like you're in a one-down position and they're the winner or whatnot, however you want to slice it, then, you know, you should just keep going in the other direction for now, to be honest, if not permanently, depending on who's watching and their situation. This person just is coming across as being very strained, isolated, or feeling that way regardless if there's people around. Like, if you looked at their face right now, you could see how tired or sad or wore out this person is. I've got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, so it could be a Virgo who is feeling this way. If you're not hearing from them, if they're withdrawn, if they've walked away, know that this is their mental and emotional state. They are missing something and they're looking for it, and they're going within to find it, and or also just taking shelter to weather the storm in the meantime. Let's get one more card on who this person is for the viewer, please. Got the Two of Pentacles. It's a busy energy, juggling, considering things, but I feel like this is more considering like pros and cons, because we got the Justice earlier, or I saw that and sensed it when I talked about trying to weigh the pros and cons, make a decision and look at things from a balanced perspective. In order to see the truth, one has to be balanced. And it's like this person's on their tiptoes, metaphorically speaking. They're having a hard time being balanced, and they know that they can't make a good decision or see the situation clearly and fairly if they're unbalanced. But they're trying, and there's a certain level of not so much hopefulness. They're really in a lack mindset, but a feeling of waiting, enduring, having known that they've put in the work and kind of expecting something to pay off for them. If they can just stay on their, it's like, what if they can stay on their toes, if they can wait, or if they can, something about staying on that high wire act. If they can stay up on that high wire and not lose their balance, then, you know, they're going to get to the other side and be celebrated as this person who crossed the wire, who, you know, this person who succeeded. I just feel like this person is juggling multiple tasks, multiple responsibilities, lots of practical matters at hand here, really materially, money, homework type of stuff. That's what they're focusing on. That's what they're invested in. They are, I feel like they're not rigid. I'm not getting that. There's more rigidity on this side of the table, whether that's this side's representing the viewer or their person of interest. I'll let you guys decide who's on which side, but there's more rigidity on this side. This person's more in a flexible energy, but they are feeling like, you know, down and out. I'm getting Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, and Pisces. So the mutable signs for this side of the table, again, it could just be that they have it strong in their chart or contain those traits, or have those traits. There is a certain versatility that this person has. I think that's going to help them, because versatility is good. Because if, you know, if you're a reed in the storm, then the wind, the hurricane force winds are going to like blow you down, but you're going to bounce right back up. But if you're a rigid oak or a rigid tree branch, you're gonna get broken and you're gonna fall and you're gonna die. So flexibility is good. I think this person, despite their struggles, is gonna roll with it, like roll with the punches, and despite whatever Five of Swords this is, they're gonna be okay. So we got who this person is. So it's like Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles person. The consensus here is Earth sign energy. And we got that they're feeling Eight of Cups towards you. I'm going to get one more card on how this person is feeling before getting messages and the outcome. If this reading is resonating, or is it helpful in any way, giving you clarity or anything of that nature, or you just want to support the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And your like will help it to get to somebody who needs to hear these messages as well. So let's get another card on how this person feels. How does this person truly feel? What does the viewer need to know about how this person feels about them? Queen of Swords. So it does feel like there is a bit of mirroring going on between the two of you. But we got a lot of air sign energy on this side of the table. So it's more like this person is seeing you as the Queen of Swords regardless of your gender or sex, because we're dealing in energies here. And so how this person feels about you, first of all, they find you very attractive, okay? Very capable, like a boss lady or a boss guy. They feel that way about you. They also feel like you're very smart, you're very tough. Strong Gemini energy coming through too. For those where Gemini is in your astrological chart somehow in a prominent position, this person feels like they're missing their soulmate, that you are their soulmate, their lover, they love you, okay? Especially for those with a Gemini connection. They feel like they're actually clear where they stand with you. We'll look into that maybe. What do they think that you think? But they feel like they know where they stand with you. They are looking at this like logically. When it comes to, especially the Libras out there, when it comes to this relationship, like this person's got a lot going on in their own right that's weighing heavily on them, and maybe a nasty exchange between the two of you, or that's how it was left. Something there with that Five of Swords. And they've got a lot going on in their own right, and somebody walked away or feels like doing so. This person at least feels like they, you know, despite being emotional and being down and out, when it comes to you, they feel very logical. So it's more that they're coming at this from their head than their heart. Like seeing it very logical, being aware of their own boundaries, being aware of your boundaries. At least that's what they think. You know, they want to make sure that everything is fair between the two of you. Their heart is very, very guarded towards you, okay? And towards you, they do feel perceptive, like they're seeing things, they're feeling discerning, they're feeling sharp. They're feeling careful about who they let into their lives. So if you guys have split, then they would not let you back into their, I'm hearing heart, but also their lives. They wouldn't let you back in so easily, okay? And yes, I hear you. Somebody out there is like, they're always wanting me back, blah, 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 blah. I'm the one that's guarded. That's why I said energies can be interchangeable or vice versa. Okay, but you can argue with the screen if it's cathartic for you and helps you make sense of your situation. Sometimes that's what you need to do to get from point A to point B, and that's like an understanding of your situation that helps you and things like that. But generally, especially if this is a newer connection or you guys aren't actually together, this is somebody that you kind of just know. I think this person does feel positively toward you. I think they do feel positively toward you in general, kind of like despite everything else. There is this part of them that still feels like, feels positively toward you, but they are being cautious, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially with that Five of Swords energy there. This person feels like another person's true self is revealed over time, and it's going to take more than just a grand gesture to win this person's heart. So if you flung yourself at this person, let's just say, for example, hypothetically, like, because this is the energy with the Fool card. The Fool would be the kind to make a grand gesture, would just show up at somebody's house unannounced with, chocolate and flowers, or make some sort of grand gesture and rush in. Fools rush in, and rush into somebody's life, or like reach out to them dramatically and like say a lot of things and express themselves and like whatever, This person, it's going to take more than that to get this Queen of Swords to succumb, is what I'm hearing. So maybe somebody is resorting to or tempted to resort to some sort of manipulative behavior in order to get past this person's guards, but it's not going to work. Okay. If this is a newer connection, then Queen of Swords is a pretty good sign that just know that it's going to need to develop over time. So where does this person feel like they stand with you? Let's just get one more card before getting messages. Where does this person feel like they stand with the viewer? Whoever Queen of Swords is, where do they feel like they stand? Nine of Swords. Ouch. So they feel like that there is love in the connection. Some of you have been in an actual relationship with this person, could have a child with them, could have lived together with them. Not all, obviously, but I'm saying it because that's what's coming through for a lot of you. Or you just felt like at some point that was a real possibility for some of you, but that's not happening. So this person feels like, it's the end of the cycle, or it's nearing the end of the cycle, like that's not going to happen. And it could be based on something that you said, and if that's the case, then you wouldn't be confused. You would know what it is. We've got a lot of communication going on this left-hand side of the table from whoever this person is. If it's you, the viewer, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords doesn't mince words. Knight of Swords is very direct, can be very sharp-worded, very strong-minded, and can maybe even be like argumentative without meaning to be, or sound argumentative without meaning to be. This person feels like whatever communication has happened or anything, that bottom line, the takeaway is Nine of Swords. This person feels like they know where they stand with you, and it's not a good spot. Okay. Feel like I'm hearing they don't have two legs to stand on. No, they don't. Okay, good. That's why I heard that. They've actually got one leg to stand on when it comes to you. And they're walking a tightrope, or they would have to walk a tightrope to deal with you or to continue this. And it's frankly got them losing sleep at night, or has in the past. It makes them feel very anxious. And it could be just their own mental anxiety. This is what they're doing themselves. They're suffering their own mental anguish. Nine of Swords is about catastrophizing, having something not good happen, but then making it even worse, like making more out of it than needs to be. So they could be struggling with guilt, remorse, insecurity, trust issues, mental health issues, fill in the blank here. maybe they feel like you think that about them, in which case that's not entirely true. Like, this person's not, for some of you, this person's not losing sleep over, like, the situation. For some of you, this person thinks you're in the Nine of Swords energy. And that they're kind of sitting pretty. But just take it how it resonates. We'll get some messages to see if we can clear it up. This deck was calling to me, so I'm going to use this deck. Again, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the reading to reach whoever it's meant for. And I do appreciate it. It keeps the channel going. And of course, the best way to look into your particular situation is to get a private reading, and my contact information is down below the video. What would this person like to say to the viewer, please? If they had no filter, what would they say to the viewer, please? Uh-oh. Something flew. I dream about the life we almost had. I replay everything that happened in my mind. Yeah, we can see that with that Nine of Swords. So that's letting us know that the majority, it's the, you know, for the majority who are watching, the Nine of Swords is your person's energy. Overthinking. I feel stuck. And what comes before the Nine of Swords? The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is somebody feeling stuck, like they can't get out of a situation. There's always like, the traditional meaning of that card is that they can get out of the situation. If they'd only take their blindfold off, they'd see there's a way out. But another way of looking at that is, the Eight of Swords is that really they are stuck. Like, if they were to try to get out of that situation, the consequences would be extremely dire. And I feel like that is the case for some of you. You might be dealing with somebody who's incarcerated, or has some other, like, really strict life consequences that they have to contend with in order to leave a situation. But I feel you'll know if that's the case. And if it's not your message, then it's meant for somebody else. What else would this person like to say to the viewer, please? We've got King of Cups energy, King of Hearts in this deck. I did mention him earlier. We've got self-destruction, the taking of oneself for literally or figuratively selfish or worthless causes. Yeah, and that goes along with the energy that we saw on the side of the table. Your person of interest, for most of you watching, then your person of interest is represented by the right side, and we saw this. So it's more validation, a little more elaboration, telling us more about how this person feels. Self-destructive water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The taking of oneself for literally or figuratively selfish or worthless causes. So just self-destructive for no good reason. Bias, unneeded prejudice, blindness. Now, we did kind of get that when I mentioned the Eight of Swords, that blindness, unwillingness to see. Somebody could be, got at the bottom of the deck, simple-minded, simple. That 1980 song by the group Simple Minds. It's the theme song for The Breakfast Club. I'm hearing that. It goes along with this. What is the song? What are the lyrics? Don't you forget about me. So maybe you guys want to listen to that. I'll pull you a song card as well to see. But there could be another message for you, for those that this is really resonating with. Don't you forget about me. This person has some sort of, or had some sort of unneeded prejudice. There's some sort of judging and coming to an insulting conclusion that isn't valid, that isn't right. that has occurred between you in this connection. Refusing to see, maybe it could be just as simple as refusing to see somebody's value, or to see a truth that one doesn't want to see for whatever reason. The simplicity, the perfection of spirituality, the oneness and beauty of the circle, oneness and beauty of the circles, solidarity and singularity of a point. Nothing is better. So it's about coming into balance with that too. That's another 2. Like bringing extremes into balance. If there's been extremes in the connection with the 5 of Swords, it shows a lack of balance. It does show extreme behavior or extreme words and just not good energy. This is about coming into oneness and getting rid of that energy. Like taking a stand. If you're together, be together, make that choice. I'm seeing the Judgment card in my mind's eye, and that's what that's about. Scorpionic energy. It's saying that, you know, not making a choice is making a choice, and straddling the fence just means that you guys are not on the same page. You don't have solidarity. You don't get to be able to be a force united against the trials of the world, against the obstacles that you face. It's instead being divided, and divided we fall. So this is what this is saying. It's being like on the same page. Nothing is better than that. So feeling like there's this being, you know, on different pages, on different playing fields, but spiritually feeling together, knowing that there's a connection, but not being that, not experiencing the manifestation of that unity in the earthly plane, like not experiencing it right now. Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Okay? Somebody's on the verge of divorce. The other person has left the house. Whoever left the house is feeling very, very sad and dejected about it. The other one is not taking it seriously, or taking the wrong thing seriously. Reaching out. Expect a call or text from your person of interest. So in that case, that person will be reaching out and will be proposing some sort of a truce, even trying to fix things, maybe going on a trip together or something else. Remember when I spoke about grand gestures? Maybe in this case it will work, but or this person's the one going to make the grand gesture, and it might not work, because that's what I said before. Like, that's not what's needed here. But for an odd few, for a few people watching, it could actually work. But you can expect a text or a call from this person. Bottom of the deck, we have benefit of the doubt. Give your relationship a chance. So this is for a very specific narrative, like a very specific group of people watching that are split from this person in the way that I just described, like either married or living together or a serious relationship, and one has left the relationship, and it feels like they've moved out or something, or somebody's on the verge of divorce or on the verge of a split, or a split has taken place. It feels like it's pretty fresh though. And in that case, yeah, this is saying give the relationship a chance. You can expect a call or text from this person. Some of you are not worried about it because freedom, healthy space, and room to breathe. So with that Fool energy and the Knight of Swords, it's like, yay, I got my freedom. You know, even if you hadn't chosen to split from your person, like if you wouldn't have consciously chose that, in the meantime, the freedom is doing the relationship good, because, you know, healthy space and room to breathe is only good for a relationship. Others of you, someone sabotaged the relationship because they needed their freedom. They needed that healthy space, or just space in general, room to breathe. And then underneath that, we've got spirit, soul path, the personal evolution within the relationship. And underneath that, because it correlates, we've got time apart, a time of separation. So yeah, that speaks to that card that talked about spirituality, being in unity in an emotional spiritual sense, but then also, but not in the physical sense. And this is saying that what's happening now in the relationship and the reason for being at odds in the physical sense in the 3D is for personal evolution within the relationship. But in general, we're here on Earth, you know, it's our Jedi Academy. I always say it's not a school. It's like a clinical rotation, right? It's our Jedi Academy. It's something else, but that's what's going on for you guys. And then we've got love language, acts of service, actions speak louder than words. So it feels like maybe some of you work with this person, or it's talking about like the business of working together within a home, because relationships, especially marriages or when you're living together, is like a business in a sense when it comes to who does the dishes, who takes out the trash, like who is in charge of the bills and who does what, like the division of labor. There's something that you need to, something about that coming through. And I feel like there's communication or lack of communication that has occurred in that area that has caused a split, whether that's a physical split or an emotional split or both. And this conversation and what you guys are learning spiritually, the lesson is to move forward in the relationship. You have to move forward as individuals, and that means acts of service, honoring somebody's love language of acts of service. Actions speak louder than words. Taking actions, not just speaking about it, not just saying you're going to do something, not just word service. That reminds me of this young man that I knew in physical therapy assistant school, who was a Gemini, by the way. And I just remember him being word service, just all talk, all talk, all talk. And I'm like, in a school setting, it's irritating. And it's one thing, and I called him out on that, just like lip service, lip service, lip service. Put your money where your mouth is, do the thing, That's kind of what I'm feeling, except in a romantic sense here for somebody. Like, do the thing, actions speak louder than words. So that's part of what everything's happening here. Part of the reason for that is to evolve as individuals and honor somebody's love language and learn to just take action, as well as just speak on something, but also take action, especially when it comes to domestic duties and like the business of the relationship, like I said before. If I'm talking fast, I'm channeling really fast, guys. That means I'm really channeling for somebody out there watching. Like it's really a strong message coming through, in case anybody was wondering. But I know I'm not just, this is not a private reading, so I'm not, just reading for that one group of people. But, if it's coming through, I have to say it. Let's get some more messages for the collective from this person of interest, please. What do they need to know? We got maybe. Some of you are like, maybe this resonates with me, maybe it doesn't. Well, just take the messages that resonate with you underneath that. So you could be a Cancer or a Pisces dominant person who is thinking that, because we've got the bottom of the deck, number 18. The moon energy, I feel like you intuitively know how I feel better than I do. Your psychic feels fascinate me. So on the other hand, there's a good group of you who are like, wow, this is really resonating. It's hitting the target. This is what I need to hear. I can feel it on soul level. I don't know why. Others of you are like, I don't know why it makes sense, but it does. Or I can see that, whatnot. But this is representing your person's energy too, of like maybe. When we're dealing with the realm of spirit and intuition, the realm of the moon, it brings light to a situation, but it's not the sun. It doesn't enlighten the entire world, right? It only enlightens, it brings some light, but it also brings shadows, so light and shadow the situation. So that's why we can't be certain, and this person feels like they're not certain. They're not certain about everything, but they do feel understood by you. Or they feel like you know them in a certain kind of way that is unusual, that is special. You're everything I want in a partner. I'm open to starting a family with you. Empress energy could be here for your divine feminine, or you could be the divine feminine watching. We've got the sun. Speak of the sun. Your radiance attracts everyone like moths to a flame. I'm so happy to have your positive light in my life. So they do recognize what's positive about you, your radiance. With full energy, we do get that sunny personality, that person that, is a joy to be around because they bring light, levity, humor, and adventure to the situation. Also, some of you could have strong Leo in your chart, Libra, Taurus, and I already said Cancer or Pisces here as well. But This person is guarded not because they don't see your light, but there's obviously something else in a complicated situation here today. But they're letting you know that, and they feel like you attract other people. Like you're an attractive person, you attract other people too, whether you do or not. This is how this person feels. Like your radiance attracts everyone like moths to a flame, and they're happy to have you in their life. Or, yeah. I was going to say, or they would be happy to have you. But I feel like a lot of you, this reading is for people who are currently dealing with their person of interest, you know, in the 3D. This isn't just somebody from your past that you haven't talked to forever. This feels more fresh than that. It could be for an odd few, but most of you, it feels more fresh than that. What else would this person say, please? Using this deck that I haven't used in a while. Are you making healthy choices? Because we did see that self-destructive energy. It could be this person projecting, letting you know that they are not making healthy choices and they know it. Remember, we got that self-destructive energy, self-destruction, the taking of oneself for literally or figuratively selfish or worthless causes. So they're wanting to know, like, if you're the one that resonates with that kind of behavior, are you making healthy choices? What else will this person say? Don't ever play yourself. Keep your head up. With that 5 of Swords, yeah, maybe some of you are being self-destructive. Maybe things were going fine in the relationship and then somebody got too much in their head and they decided to, like, say something that was below the belt, do something, cross the line in some way, let their insecurities make them act out. Because the 5 of Swords is a very insecure energy. It's somebody that is insecure and try to compensate for that by putting somebody else down in some way, shape, or form. So whoever did that, you know, might have played some sort of a game. Maybe your person did this to you, but they're saying don't let yourself be played, basically, and asking you to, keep your head up. I feel like that is something that whoever this is on the right side of the table with that 5 of Pentacles and the other cards here, they're kind of tough energies. This could be something they're telling themselves, right? Don't let yourself get played. Keep your head up, Maybe it's something that you have said something similar to this person. If so, this person's acknowledging, they give a lot of thought to what's happened in the connection or things that were said. We saw a message to that effect earlier. Then this is something that someone out there has said to this person. They recall that, and they think about that. And that's something that encourages them in their hour of need, is what I'm hearing. In their 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords times. We've got the Joker. Okay. That's more Fool energy here. And that does seem like something that an Aquarius would say, or somebody with that kind of energy, at least when they're in their light attributes. The positive side of that energy is that they would be encouraging. They would tell someone to keep your head up. They would point out if somebody was playing themselves or behaving in a way that didn't serve them, or just, whatever they could offer in guidance or advice. That seems like something that they would say. So I feel like, really, especially for those Aquariuses or Aquarius dominants watching, whatever positive encouragement you've given this person, if not specifically this, something similar that they recall. So when they're thinking about you, it's not only thinking about, the negatives, they're also thinking about, the positives that were said too. And we've got surrender. You wish to surrender to me, very well, I accept. All right. And we've got sex. Sex is an emotion in motion. So wanting that surrender physically coming through too. That's King of Swords energy. So that's that Swords energy. You guys could both be air sign dominant. We've got that guarded energy of the Queen of Swords. So this person can be like wanting you to surrender in the situation, and you're like Wesley on the bed in The Princess Bride, like, you wish to surrender to me, very well, I accept. Or just being like outsmarting the person in some sort of a way, like Wesley does from the bed in The Princess Bride in that scene when he walks in, and he's just like, Wesley has no strength, but he still punks out the prince because he lets him think that, you know, he's going to do all these terrible things to him, and then essentially, you know, he punks him out. And in reality, he was bluffing. So some sort of a bluff here this person could be talking about. But essentially, this is about a battle of wills. What else would this person say to the viewer? No filter. There were days when he touched the tip of her nose and it was enough, a miracle aplenty. So talking about that physicality, wanting you to surrender to the physical, or wanting to surrender themselves to you physically, but not necessarily in only a sexual way, but just like the card says, just touching the tip of his nose, it was enough, a miracle aplenty. Feeling like just being on the same page, being in touch, you know, on certain days, that's all that's needed. It doesn't take much. It doesn't need much to feel like a miracle's occurred in a connection, or that the connection itself is a miracle of some kind. So let's get, oh, these cards are calling me real quick. Sorry, guys. What am I saying sorry for? Most people like a lot of messages who watch my channel, so let's get some more messages from this deck. And then I'm going to do a couple of songs from the songs deck. And the Heartstrings Tarot playlist is linked down below. I'm so proud of myself that I got it linked down there, because I had thought for the longest that it was already linked down there. So check it out if you haven't already, because that's, you know, the deck that I use to get messages from your person and songs from your person. So that's linked down below. It's a tarot card for every song, or there's a song for every tarot card. So also if you're wanting to learn the tarot, that's another way. And I did link Kippy's Quest Tarot School down below as well, because it's extremely entertaining. I really like what the guy does. The people who make Kippy's Quest Tarot School, I feel like they're super smart, super creative. Really, it's an all-encompassing way of looking at the tarot from a bunch of different angles, in a way that's not dry and boring, but in a way that's engaging and entertaining. And it's in snippets, like 10 minutes for each card or something. And I just like it a lot. And I feel like they need more subscribers, and they definitely deserve more interaction, because they put a lot of work, effort, and it's just, I think they're talented, and I think it's really a really good channel. So I've linked that down below, because I like to support my fellow tarot enthusiasts. I'm not a hater, I'm a congratulator when it comes to that. So, you know, check it out if you're curious about the tarot, or if you just want to watch something entertaining, whatever. Check it out. It's worth it. Let's get another message from this person, please. Message for the viewer from their person of interest. This time apart opened my eyes to what I really want. So yeah, the time apart is serving you, soulmates in separation, or if we're just talking about taking a few hours or a few days, whatever the case may be, it does feel like there's more distance here for a lot of you, this person's saying, and it goes along with what I said about, you know, the spirit soul path for your individual evolution. You know, time apart, absence makes the heart grow fonder, that sort of thing. So this is helping this person to realize what they really want, which is you. You're the only one who really knows me at all. And you hold the key to my heart. This person does feel like you understand them. You got the Chariot. So this person is coming for their Empress. Like if you're the Divine Feminine watching, this person's not going to be gone forever. They do have a desire for you, but they also have things that they need to take care of that they also feel passionately about. This person is putting their own needs and dreams ahead of the connection, or they have done so far. but it's because they're wanting to get things under control. It feels like there's a mess going on in this person's life, in homework, money matters, relationship matters, and this person is taking charge of the situation, however hard it is. They have a vision and a determination to get what they want, and if you're what they want, you know, they're coming for you. They're going to make sure it happens. They're going to be together with you. And the reason I feel like for a lot of you that is the case, this one came out accidentally and is attached to this one when it wasn't supposed to be. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. That's how they feel. And we've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck, which is a card about a very loving, sensual relationship. And I'm hearing she is his source. So you energize this person, you give this person life, you know, and you could be this person's wife, or they feel like you have that potential and they feel that strong connection to you. So that's a good sign for this person coming back or moving this forward, however hard it is. But just know that this person does have messy energy, and there's some mess that needs to be cleaned up in the relationship. So hopefully some of these messages will help lead you in the right direction on how to do that. And that's my holographic Lisa Frank Tarot. That is linked down below for anyone interested in that. It's usually a popular deck, so go ahead and check it out. And last but not least, what song represents this reading or has further messages from the person of interest? Got Knight of Swords again, Rodeo. My goodness. We've got this one at the bottom of the deck too. So Garth Brooks' Rodeo. It's boots and mud, and that's just about somebody that is hell-bent and determined on doing a thing no matter what it costs them, because they're just like almost addicted to, in this case, the rodeo, almost addicted to the action, the excitement, the activity. I almost feel like that resonates more with your side of the board, because you came across with the Knight of Swords energy, but you could be taking on your person's energy. That's not uncommon. You'll know if that's the case, but somebody about just determination. So listen to that song if you feel drawn to. And then we've got the bottom of the deck, James Hetfield, Metallica, number 13. And that is about, remember I was talking about the moon energy and how it's not the sun, but it does bring some illumination, but with that shadows. This is scorpionic energy. Scorpionic energy is about the shadows and about transformation. So exit light, enter night. So this person's going through some stuff. It feels like maybe you are too, or the relationship is. Honestly, your energy or whoever's on the left side of the board feels more positive overall, but there is some sort of murky darkness here, some shadow work that's being done, needing to be done, lessons being learned through this kind of shadowy energy with the death energy. So enter Sandman. Okay, so if you feel drawn, go ahead and listen to those. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box down below. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next time.